I don't know, Molex Lives. I think it's time to play a little... Time to die. Alright. You know, I still am not sure how to get water. I just saw when I logged in, it's like, you're thirsty. Yep, I'm thirsty. You know, I should head over to... Oh, I got some water here. I should head over to the, store. See what they've got. Oh no, I think I just picked up a part of my building. This should go... Let's go over here somewhere, right? Torch on either side. Stick you there. Oh, and then I need to put back my piece of building. Alright. Let's head over to... the traders. We'll see Trader Hugh. Oh, man. Tell you what, I had the worst cold for 2 weeks. And I thought I was going to be good after that. And I started recording again. And the next day, I had the worst sore throat. And it lasted for like 3 days. And, oh shoot, I was going to... Dang it, I was going to clean that water. Or cook that water. And I didn't. Here, maybe I can just drink some. I just drink some. Oh good, I gave myself diarrhea. Haha, I drank myself to death. Oh, I didn't realize it was hurting me. Well, don't drink the dirty water, apparently. I don't know how to collect the dirty water, but also don't drink it. I'm still gonna go over to to Hughes though. But hopefully today it's feeling all right today. It felt all right yesterday too. Late in the afternoon though, right about now though, my throat starts to get scratchy. So we'll see. Tired of being sick for sure. But we did get out last Saturday and went and saw the new Godzilla movie, which I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I have loved the Godzilla movies since I was a child. And I was super excited when they were, announced they were releasing the new one here, Godzilla -1. And I think I talked last time about whether or not we were even going to get to go see it because people made other plans after making plans to go see it. But then I found out that the concert was in the afternoon. I don't want to go to the movies at like 7 o'clock at night, okay? We're rural, so going to the movies requires driving to a city because our local theater shut down. And what are the chances they were going to be showing Godzilla anyways? And so, uh, you know, going to the movies at 7 doesn't sound that bad until you factor in the hour of drive time to get to the theater and the hour of drive time to get back. You know.
Could you be any louder? You trying to wake the dead?
I could. Is that loud enough? Okay, I would like to sell my gold nuggets. I'd like to see what you've got for sale. I'm not really in the need for a gun. I don't need bullets. I don't think I need an anvil. I just made a claw hammer. Ooh, but if you have got... Ooh, a water filter. Component used in crafting of a dew collector. Oh, dang, I need to look up that. A dew collector. I need one of those. That is what I'm missing. Yeah, I was kind of excited when I saw he had books. Oh, you don't have your secret stash anymore? But he's got handgun, which don't use, rifle, which I do kind of use. What's tactical warfare? Oh, that's assault rifles. Yeah, I do use assault rifles. Does my spear count as a bladed weapon? All right, let me...
That's all you're gonna buy. I'll let you show yourself out.
Listen, dude, I need to check, okay? I need to check what I need. A dew collector. Okay, I can make one of those. I need 1 water filter. Scrap 100 scrap polymers. Okay, I think I've got... I don't know about the scrap polymers, but I've got the other stuff. What about this water filter? Is this a thing? Yeah, it looks like that's the thing I gotta buy. Okay. It's expensive. Woof, it was expensive. Oh. I'm buying this. I'm so far out from being able to make one. It's gonna make my life better. Okay, let's go back and get this dew collector made so I can get some water. Where do I live? But yeah, it was, so, anyways, we ended up going to, the 10 a.m. showing. Well, crap. So I thought the pickaxe would break that open. Turns out all the pickaxe does is get you killed. Hey, I'm back in my bed. Okay. Oh, I do. Pipes. Hey, do collector. How long does that take? But that way we could get back in time for them to go to their concert. Um, Let me tell you, it was an hour to get to the theater, so that meant we had to leave at 8:45 a.m. Um, okay, I heard you make. There it is. Is this the thing that goes on the ground? Oh, it is. It's a big contraption. Well, I should have brought it in one spot farther, but it is what it is. It's just gonna be there. Does it take 3 days to collect? Long time to go without water. I assume this has got to fill all the way up, right? Um. Oh, I don't have an anvil. Look at that. I make an anvil. Oh, I don't have the skill to make an anvil. Oh wow, I barely have dew collector. I'm about to be able to make lockpicks. I need 75 of them before I can make steel. All right, I gotcha. I gotcha. It's okay. At least I've got a way to get water now. Oh, I see. It's filling up a little bit there, maybe right there. So we'll let that thing do its job, and we'll go out and I guess meander around for more books, given that I'm lacking all kinds of books. I wonder if there's another trader. Looks like here's a spot I haven't really been into, and up here's the spot. Let's go up there. I like doing the outer edges, they're a little safer. And let's not try to bust open a police car again. Listen, I thought it'd be good loot, okay? I didn't expect every zombie to ever spawn to appear right next to me. But yeah, so we got out there and okay. I bought my tickets online because the theater was pretty small. I didn't figure they'd sell out at 10 in the morning, but there were 5 of us going. And, I wanted to make sure that we could, all sit together. So I bought my tickets online and I sent a message to my brother. I'm like, hey, going to see that new Godzilla movie if you want to meet us there. And so he got his ticket. And then I get there and I'm looking around for where you get your tickets. And so then I saw a sign that said ticket kiosk this way. So I went over there and I typed in what I was looking for and I got my tickets. And then no one even looked at me. No one looked at me when I went to get my tickets. No one looked at me when I came out of the place. Like, I didn't need to get tickets. I could have just walked into that movie. Nobody would have stopped me. Nobody took tickets. I don't know what the point of buying tickets was at that point. But yeah, we did get to go see it. It was really good. It was really good. Like, even just for a movie, it was pretty good. But on top of that, there was Godzilla, you know? And so I enjoyed it. Not enough Godzilla. There's never enough Godzilla, but not enough Godzilla. And there were a couple of things I would have changed, I think, to make it better, for sure. But man, it was pretty good. I'm hoping that the indications in the movie are that there'll be a sequel. Because it was really good. I mean, they kind of did that with Shin Godzilla too. You kind of thought there might be a sequel to Shin Godzilla, which I need to go watch again because I remember. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't think it was that great. And everybody everywhere is all like, Shin Godzilla is the greatest Godzilla. And I'm like, it wasn't for me. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch it again. I mean, it was no whatever the one is where Godzilla protects a kid from bullies. That one wasn't great, but yeah, yeah. There's a Godzilla movie where Godzilla has a small Godzilla with him, and the small Godzilla gets picked on by another small monster, and then there's this little kid who's like being picked on at school, and so all the Godzilla stuff is his imagination, and so he basically imagines this little Godzilla being picked on the same way he is, and then how that little Godzilla got over being picked on, and it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Um, but yeah, spoilers for the new Godzilla movie. I wanted to talk about what I thought would have made a better movie. So basically, the storyline is there's this dude, and he's a kamikaze pilot, and he chickens out, and and so he pretends his plane is. I mean, listen, I don't want to fly a plane into something either. Okay, um, and so he goes to this island where he says that there's something wrong with his plane, and it's where the mechanics are, and so they go over his plane and they can't find anything wrong, and then just as their lead mechanic goes over to try and talk him into taking off again, big hitters, clubs, bats. Yep, you know what? Not that useful for me. That potato seed is nice though, and so just as he's about to try and talk him into going, uh, pre-irradiated Godzilla shows up and starts killing them all. And they want him to use the guns on his plane to shoot it, and he can't. He's so scared that he can't even shoot Godzilla from his plane. I mean, it was on the ground and Godzilla was standing in front of it, right? So it wasn't like it was safe. And so only him and the head mechanic survive. All right, so that's the start of the movie. And so basically, he goes home, and like everything's been destroyed because it's World War II, and um, some people know he was a kamikaze pilot, and so they basically uh, shaming him for not doing the honorable thing of flying your plane into something, and so as it goes on, they show some scenes where Godzilla gets irradiated, which is pretty cool. And then Godzilla starts destroying ships, and so he gets a job as uh, a mine sweeper in the ocean. And so he while he's out with the crew, Godzilla attacks them, right? And they manage to do some damage to Godzilla. But anyways, as it goes on, ooh, that dude's head just kind of like did weird things. They like turned into a balloon. These guys are stretching funny today. And so eventually he, due to some circumstances throughout the movie, he thinks that Godzilla has killed a person, uh, and she saved his life, and then, you know, is this? Oh, okay. And so he wants revenge, and so he gets the plane. They get a plane for him, and he finds the head mechanic from that island and gets him to come out to work on the plane. And he tells him to load the plane with a bomb, and then his plan is to fly the plane into Godzilla, blowing himself up to get to Godzilla, right? And so during the portion where he's explaining how the bomb works to the guy, the head mechanic is like, "This here is the arming switch, and so pull it right before you fly into Godzilla." And so I'm like, "Oh, he just told him it was the arming switch, but it was, oh, I forgot I had a gun. I should have shot those guys that came at me with the police at the police car." And so I'm like, "Oh, he just told him where the ejection seat was, only he's gonna think it's the arming seat or the arming lever." And but then it turned out it was the arming lever, and then they had a flashback where he also told him where the ejection seat was, the ejection seat handle. So, and then there's a spot where Godzilla goes to blast the ships, and they've got everybody on board who's responsible for the plan, basically, that they're using to stop Godzilla in the movie, except for the kamikaze guy, and they stop Godzilla right before he blasts the ship. And so that'd have been my changes. Was I would have had the mechanic guy, because he was very angry at the kamikaze guy because he blamed the kamikaze guy for all the other mechanics on the island being killed because he wouldn't shoot Godzilla. And so I'd have had that guy, tell him that was the hate those guys. And then he would have ejected, and but he would have ejected after Godzilla had destroyed the ship, and I would have put the mechanic on the ship with everybody else. And so when Godzilla would have blasted him, like, everybody involved in stopping Godzilla would have done it, and then he would have ejected at the last second and survived, because the mechanic would have been like, "You need to live," kind of thing. And then he would have got back to find out that his girlfriend, I guess, I don't know, they weren't like a real couple through the whole movie until she saved his life, and he was like, "Oh, maybe I loved her after all," kind of thing. And so yeah, that'd have been the changes I made. I think it made it slightly better, but only because I wanted Godzilla to destroy more stuff. I think it's a good movie, though. It is a good movie, just not enough Godzilla destroying things. Godzilla's in there quite a bit and destroys a lot. I'm not gonna lie, there might be more Godzilla destroying things in this than some other Godzilla movies. I just really wanted to see him blast that ship at the end, and then but yeah, I really liked it. It was good. And then we came back and we watched We also watched the new. My brother's wife wanted to see the new Hunger Games movie, and so we watched that. And I gotta say, I don't dislike the Hunger Games books slash movies. I haven't read this one, but I do have to say that this particular one, not great. Uh, it okay, buddy, I can't get around this. Great, I destroyed a door. Are you getting this busted open or what? Oh my god. I like that I can stab through the holes. Jeez. It was too naughty toward the other movies. You know what I mean? Like, and it was bizarre. It was super bizarre. So spoilers for Hunger Games. I don't know what the name of it was. Snakes and Birds. I don't know what it was called. But it was the story of Snow when he was like, here's my spear book. When he was like 17, and so apparently they I was dumbfounded at the lack of technology in the movie. Like, they fought a war, right? They fought this big war. I don't really use stun batons. They fought this big war, and one of the sections that brought them to a standstill did it through technology. And most of this takes place in the capital. And so it was like, hey, look, I can make lockpicks now. Nice. Could use some lockpicks. I don't have any. And it was like really bizarre. Like, I'm not expecting the Hunger Games to take place in their, you know, super advanced giant arenas that mutate given the time of day or anything like that. But they put them in this tiny little room, and we're just like, kill yourselves, basically. If you don't kill yourselves, we're gonna kill your families. And I was like, okay, well, this is weird. And then it was all about how Snow was trying to get this scholarship, and if his candidate won, then he would get his scholarship. And so they were paired with like the whole mentor thing, which in Hunger Games is the previous winners, but in this one it was children from the capital. And so it was really bizarre. And then like he got assigned out to one of the sections, and he got assigned to the same section as his person he'd been assigned to, and they had like a little love affair, and they're like talking what names they want for their children, and talking about how Katniss is a name that she always liked, and she sings the Hanging Tree song, and you know, I'm just like rolling my eyes at this movie, because the whole thing is just like, Hey, you remember that time in the Hunger Games trilogy when this happened? Yeah, yeah, yeah. This has absolutely no connection to it, but let's go ahead and pretend it does. I'm like, so wait. Are you trying to say like Jon Snow, sorry. President Snow is like Katniss's grandfather? Is that what we're going for here? I don't understand. So it was really weird. There's also like all these rebels. And they're like having massive bombings in the capital still. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like I can understand if this was like pre-war, but this was 10 years after the war. You're telling me 10 years after the war there are still rebels capable of blowing up the arena where the Hunger Games take place? I'm sorry. Yeah. Also, complete lack of technology. Like unbelievable lack of technology. Uh, like they've got the scientists who still like genetically engineering creatures. Um, but uh, but like there's no computers. They barely have drones. They have them sit in like this old style English. I don't remember what they were called, but like you ever see like a movie that takes place in like the 1800s London where they're in school and there's like professor stands down in the middle and then all the students stand in like these balconies all around them in like a tower basically. It was kind of like that was their school and all they had was one big giant book in front of them. And I'm like, I don't understand. And then like the dude who's like the announcer was all super weird and super cringe. Like I don't know. It was, I mean, he was super cringe to me in the Hunger Games itself, but he was like super cringe in this one. I'm just like, it's just seems like the whole. I didn't read the book, but the movie was definitely made just to make money. And I don't mean like all movies are made to make money. I understand that. What I'm saying is this movie was so bad to me that I just I don't know. It was awful. It's like the Twilight movies, right? I wasn't a big fan, and I read the books, but I thought the movies were better than the books. And then I liked I don't remember the name of the other book she wrote, but she's got a book where like aliens invade, and I really liked that book. But then the movie was terrible. But yeah, it was yeah. I don't know. We watched it, and I was just like, man, no, I don't know. Hey, buddy. Oh no. Clearly, I don't have room for anything. Wow, you didn't have any fat on you? I really just killed it for the meat, so. Hey, look, this door just opened up. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, if you get a chance to watch Godzilla, and you like, fairly okay drama with a giant monster trying to kill everybody in part of it, you might like it. And if you're a fan of the Hunger Games, I would definitely suggest you go see, whatever that other movie's called. Snakes and Foxes. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. Snakes and something. Um, Even it was bizarre and like Peter Dinklage is in it, and there's no reason for him to even be there. The party plays barely has any impact on anything that goes down in the movie. It feels like, which was another thing that I'm like, oh yeah, they just got him because he's popular, and they needed someone popular for their movie. Because clearly his character doesn't do anything. He just comes out and he's all mean and he's like, I'm changing the rules and this is what we're doing this time. And then he doesn't show up for almost the whole rest of the movie. I'm like, oh, interesting, interesting. Alright, well, with that, we're in Small Things Lean to the Light. I will talk to you later.